All right, already we're seeing the visuals coming in. The entire nation in one chorus to save Kulbhushan Jadhav. What we've heard in the parliament, on the streets in Patna right now, youth coming out and asking the government to intervene to ensure that Kulbhushan Jadhav is brought back home. Also slamming Nawaz Sharif government for the sham of a trial that was conducted in Pakistani military courts yesterday. Let's go across to my colleague Brajesh, who's joining us. So Brajesh, the chorus is united to get Kulbhushan Jadhav back home. But what are the options before India? What is the centre mulling on to ensure that Pakistan is given a strict message this time around?
Well, the government is deliberating upon several messages. The first pronged strategy, what the government has done is that they have asked Home Minister Rajnath Singh to give a statement in the House to assuage the feelings of a member of Parliament. And Rajnath Singh has given a very stern message saying that if Jadhav was caught with an invalid Indian passport, this is because he is an Indian, and the way he has been, abducted and interrogated, and the way the trial has gone on is completely not on. And he has also said that at around 12 noon, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj will give a detailed explanation on this Kulbhushan Jadhav case. So it's very clear that the government is also aware of the sensibilities which are involved, and they want to tread it with extreme caution. The government is trying to reach out to Pakistan at various levels to make sure that the hanging sentence of Kulbhushan Singh Jadhav is not carried out in any which way. There are still various legal recourse available to Jadhav, and I think and the government of India will recourse to it. The Home Minister made a very valid point that they have been seeking consular access to him, but the Pakistan government has denied. They have summoned the Pakistan High Commissioner to External Affairs Ministry, and we would, I think, by 12 noon, Sushma Swaraj will be in a much better position to explain what exactly transpired, what was conveyed to Pakistani High Commissioner, and what exactly is the government of India going to do next post that meeting.
So Brajesh, also is it time for a tit-for-tat diplomacy? We've seen the batch of Pakistani prisoners who were set to be released. New Delhi has taken a decision to stop that as well. Should there be a stricter message with Pakistan so that it knows that it has crossed the boundary once again? We've seen Sarabjit Singh case once again, similar script in Kulbhushan Jadhav's case as well.
Well, there is a considerable political pressure on the government to come out with an extremely strict message and to the Pakistan that if it indulges in these kind of shenanigans, then there is no recourse or there is no getting out of it. But it's also, if you look at the bigger picture, it's also a diplomatic game which goes on between the two countries, and India's diplomatic pragmatism will definitely be put to test as to come out with a response which not only serves the purpose but also sends out an extremely strong message to Pakistan. So it'll be extremely interesting to watch out how External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj enunciates the government of India's response to this death sentence which has been given to Kulbhushan Jadhav, and how government of India is planning to wriggle out of this particular situation.
Absolutely, Brajesh. Also, let's not forget that how the Congress, and we're getting some reactions right now. Let's take a listen in from the youth that were protesting for Kulbhushan Jadhav.
उनको बिना किसी शक पे, बिना किसी सबूतों को उनको गिरफ्तार किया जा रहा है. हम पाकिस्तान हाई कमीशन से बात अपनी कहने आए हैं कि उनको जल्द से जल्द रिहा किया जाए. The issue meanwhile has also been raised in the parliament outside here at Pakistani embassy.
Worker along with his supporters are being here detained. Detain कर रहे हैं आपको. क्या मैसेज लेके आए हैं यहाँ पे?
हम लोग यही लेके आए हैं कि रिहा किया जाए फौरन. ये इंतहाई नामुनासिब चिन्ह है कि हमारे इसको चला उसमें बना दो दिखाया गया ईरान से और फिर उसको वहाँ ले जाया गया.
That is the message of these protesters here outside Pakistan High Commission, that Kulbhushan Jadhav should be released as he was arrested from Iran and not Pakistan, as Pakistan claims after death sentence announced to Kulbhushan Jadhav. Shahzad Poonawalla along with his supporters protesting here, and now finally these protesters are being detained. All the protesters are being taken away from Pakistan High Commission to the local police station in Delhi outside Pakistan High Commission. This is Ashutosh for India Today.
My colleague Ashutosh getting us the latest from outside the Pakistan High Commission, where many protesters had gathered. Interestingly, Abdul Basit leaving from the Pakistani embassy early in the morning, not reacting with the media, not answering questions from the media, ducking all the questions. But right now you have youngsters who had gathered outside Pakistan embassy, and several other protesters also gathered outside Pakistan embassy, and that's in New Delhi. And in Patna as well, we've got visuals earlier of how there is a chorus to bring Kulbhushan Jadhav back home. Easier said than done for the BJP government. Home Minister has assured the House that all possible steps will be taken. Ministry of External Affairs also looking into the matter. Yesterday, a demarche was issued to Pakistan via Abdul Basit, Pakistan envoy here, which said that if the execution of Kulbhushan Jadhav is carried out, it's nothing short of a premeditated murder. Mallikarjun Kharge is speaking in the House as well, saying Kulbhushan Jadhav, if he's not brought back home, then it will be seen that the government is weak. Let me go across to Brijesh, who's still with us. Brijesh, what we're seeing right now is tables being turned for the Congress. During Sarabjit Singh's case, it was the Congress government which was under pressure. Now the Congress in the opposition asking the BJP government to act fast, but saying that if it doesn't, it will be seen at a power of weakness.
Well, I think, Divina, this is exactly what happens when once you are in power and when you are in opposition. In opposition, you have the luxury of demanding the moon and expecting to get it. But when you are in power, you realize your limits, and you also realize that that your action has to come out of certain norms and conventions, and something which you cannot bypass, irrespective of the kind of jingoism which is at home. So definitely the tables have been turned. The Congress is now saying that if the government is not able to get Kuldeep Jadhav, it will be seen as a weak government which has not been able to practice hard pragmatic politics. In the morning we saw Robert Vadra writing on his Facebook saying that this is the premier of the country makes stopover, hinting at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's stop over at Lahore to attend to meet Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, Pakistani Premier Nawaz Sharif. So it's very clear that the opposition is going all ballistic on this, and the government is kind of in a political corner as far as Kuldeep Jadhav issue is concerned. But the government is also responding. The government is communicating with the opposition. Home Minister Rajnath Singh has given a statement assuring House that the government of India will take at most take maximum whatever it takes to make sure that Kuldeep Jadhav is not executed. Home Minister, External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj is expected to make a statement at 12 noon, and a picture will be a lot more clearer once she speaks.
But will there also be a global isolation from Pakistan that India will press forward for? Be with me, Brijesh. Getting a reaction right now from Subramaniam Swamy, spoken to my colleague Supriya.
What next? Because some of the opposition leaders are saying that the Pakistani prisoners who are languishing here, their trial should be speeded up, and at the same time they should be handed the same punishment. On the other hand, there are other people who are saying that Pak High Commission should be closed. What's your personal take on it? Because time and again Pak has been backstabbing us.
I think it's cowardly to suggest tit for tat. Okay, they do like this, so we do their prisoners. What nonsense! When the Prime Minister says, I don't know what is going on, that means the existence of a civilized state is ended. So therefore now we must now break it into pieces. That is the only solution.
What is the way out, sir?
What I told you, declare Balochistan as an independent country. All the time you go on being at their mercy. They arrest somebody and then we go on petitioning them. What kind of thing is the way to deal with it? There's only one way. There should be a massive retaliation, and that massive retaliation should begin with immediate declaring Balochistan as an independent country.
Now that's another idea mooted by Subramaniam Swamy, but Brijesh, the fact of the matter remains that the government is under pressure. Now is it time also to get the other countries to isolate Pakistan globally, and also is it time to arm twist Pakistan with the diplomatic and economic sanctions if they refuse to learn?
Well, Devina, I think, it will be very difficult for the government to immediately enter into this area of debate where they would be talking about economic and diplomatic sanction as well as global isolation of Pakistan, because usually diplomacy doesn't work that way. And, if you impose an economic sanction, there's always a counter cost attached to it. And once you have exercised that, you are practically not left with too many alternatives. So the government will be going into all permutation and combinations areas, looking into areas where it can hit Pakistan, force Pakistan to, go slow to make sure that the appeal is heard and they are able to save Kuldeep Jadhav, because, it will be very difficult to exercise military option as Subramaniam Swamy was trying to suggest. But yes, the government will definitely, government understands the fact that, it will be painted into it will be pushed into a corner if they are not seen doing enough to save Kuldeep Jadhav. And we are seeing all arms of government, Home Minister Rajnath Singh making a statement, and then we'll hear Sushma Swaraj about the kind of steps which the government is taking to get and secure a safe release of Kuldeep Jadhav. And the government will definitely do whatever it can, the best of their capacity to make sure that the release is done, because the government is also acutely aware of the political cost attached to it if they are not able to get it done.
Yes, and it's time for action as well, Rajesh, because for Kulbhushan Jadhav and his family, it is crucial that the action takes now, and the Indian government is able to ensure that Pakistan is taught a lesson this time round.